Marley was dead to begin with. As dead as a doornail. It was Christmas Eve. Old Ebenezer Scrooge of the firm Scrooge Marley and Company sat busy in his counting house. It was cold and bleak, and he could hear the people outside stamping their feet and scurrying about to keep warm. The clock had just struck 3, but it was quite dark already. He kept his door ajar to keep an eye on his faithful, yet shivering clerk, Bob Cratchit, who was copying letters.
Well, out with it. What are you standing there for?
Well, sir, my fire's almost out, and I thought another bit of coal...
Nonsense! Haven't I told you I won't have you burning my coal up like tinder?
Yes, sir.
Well, why don't you go back to your work?
Well, sir, tomorrow's Christmas, and I thought that I could have...
Yes, I know. You were wondering whether you could have the day off, I suppose.
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I were to spare half-crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used. I'll be bound.
Yes, sir.
Pah! Christmas. Nothing but a poor man's excuse to pick a man's pockets every December 25th. My old partner Marley agreed well with me. He thought it a lot of humbug, too. And you, a clerk with 15 shillings a week and a wife and family, talking about a Merry Christmas. Pah!
May I have tomorrow off, sir?
I suppose you must, but be here all the earlier the next morning.
Yes, sir, and thank you, sir.
Who is that, Cratchit?
It's just some people. I don't know who
Let
they
them
are.
in.
Good afternoon. Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Do I have the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Marley has been dead these 7 years. Since you ask, he died 7 years ago this very night.
We have no doubt that his liberality is well represented by his surviving partner.
Not interested.
Well, at this festive season, Mr. Scrooge, it's more than desirable that we make some provisions for the poor and destitute.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses, are they still in operation?
They are, but still I wish that they were not.
Oh, I was afraid from what you said at first that something had stopped them in their useful course.
But sir, these organizations scarcely furnish Christian share of mind and body of these unfortunate people. We chose this time of year because it is a time of all others, when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices. What shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Since you asked that, that is what I wish for. I don't make idle people merry at Christmas. My old partner Marley never did. I can't afford to make those people merry. I support the establishments I mentioned, and those that are badly off must go there.
But many can't go there, and many would rather die than go there.
If they would rather die, they better do so and decrease the surplus population. Besides, that is none of my business. Now, I bid you, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon.
Who is that, Cratchit?
It's your nephew, sir. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, Uncle! God bless you!
Bah, humbug.
Christmas a humbug, Uncle. You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? What reason have you to be merry?
Oh, come then, Uncle. What right have you to be dismal? What right have you to be remorseful? You're rich enough.
Pah!
Don't be angry, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas. What's it to you but a time of paying bills without money?
Uncle...
Nephew, keep your Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Then let me leave it alone. Much good it has ever done you or will.
But Uncle, it has done me good. It's brought me a good time. A kind, forgiving, charitable, happy time. The only time in the whole calendar when men and women open their hearts. Hearts that sometimes stay closed for the rest of the year. And yes, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of silver in my pocket, I believe it has done me good and will do me good. And I say, God bless it.
If I hear another sound from you, Cratchit, you'll keep your Christmas by losing your job.
Oh, don't be angry, Uncle. Come dine with us tomorrow.
No, I won't dine with you.
But why?
Uncle, why can't we be friends? We have never had any quarrel to which I have been a party. I have come to see you in homage to Christmas, and I'll keep my spirit to the last. So Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Bah!
Scrooge had not bestowed one thought on Marley since his mention of his 7-year-old dead partner that afternoon. He took his melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy tavern and, having all read the newspapers, went home.
After putting his key in the lock of the door, Scrooge saw not a knocker but Marley's face.
As Scrooge looked physically at the phenomenon, it became a knocker again. To say that he was not startled would be untrue. He put his hand upon the key he had relinquished, turned it sturdily, opened the door, walked in, and lighted his candle.
Scrooge was not a man to be frightened by echoes. Once in his apartment, he closed and locked his door in his usual fashion, put on his dressing gown and slippers, and sat beside the fire to take his evening gruel.
The fire was very low indeed, and he was obliged to sit close to it. As he leaned forward, his glance rested upon a bell long forgotten.
The bell ceased, only to be followed by a clanging noise as if some person were dragging a heavy chain.
Then followed footsteps mounting the stairs, coming closer and closer toward his room.
Scrooge waited in fear, trembling.
I know you. You're Marley's ghost. How now? What have you of me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. You don't believe me?
I don't.
Why doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. You could be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese.
Man of worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do. I must. But tell me, why do spirits walk the earth, and why do they come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death.
You are fettered. Tell me why.
I wear the chain I forged to life. I made it link by link, and of my own free will I wore it.
Oh, Jacob Marley. Tell me more, Jacob. Speak comfort to me.
I have none to give. I cannot rest, I cannot linger, I cannot stay anywhere. My spirit never walks beyond the narrow limits of our counting house. Mark me, and weary journeys lie before me.
You must have got over a quantity of ground in over 7 years.
Oh, captive, bound in double iron, not to know that no space of regret can make amends for one's life opportunity misused, yet such was I.
But you were always such a good man of business, Jacob.
Business! Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, benevolence were all my business. At this time of the rolling year, I suffer most. Why did I walk through crowds of fellow beings with my eyes turned low, and never raised them to that blessed star which led the wise men to a poor abode? Oh, hear me. My time is nearly gone.
I will. But don't be easy on me, Jacob. Don't be flowery. Pray.
I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and a hope of escaping my fate, Ebenezer.
You were always such a good friend to me, Jacob.
Hear me. You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the hope and chance you mentioned, Jacob?
It is.
I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Hear me. Expect the first tomorrow when the bell tolls 1.
Couldn't I visit them all at once and have it over with?
Expect the second on the next night at the same hour. Expect the third when the last stroke of 12 ceases to vibrate. Look to see me no more, no more. And for your own sake, remember what has passed between us.
For a moment, Scrooge went to the window and looked out. The air was filled with phantoms wandering hither and thither, moaning as they went. Many he knew personally.
Scrooge went to bed and fell asleep instantly. From deep within the realms of sleep, he heard the clock to the quarter hour, the half hour, and remembered that the ghost had warned him of a visitation at the stroke of 1.
Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
What have you of me?
Rise and walk with me.
I am mortal and liable to fall.
Nay, my hand will support thee.
I see. Why, I remember this all so well. I was a boy here.
Ah, at school. Do you remember? Oh, but of course you do.
Yes, my own lost boyhood, my own lonely self.
These are but shadows of the...
The poor boy, the poor lonely boy. My sister, Fran, came with the good news that she had persuaded my father to let me come home for Christmas.
Did you go?
Ah, yes, merrily.
Your sister was always a delicate creature, but she had a large heart.
So she had.
She died a woman and had, I think, one child.
Yes, my nephew Fred.
Shall we leave the boy at his desk? Do you know this place?
Know it. I was apprenticed here.
Hey, put it away. Hilly ho, hilly ho. Ebenezer, come. It is Christmas Eve. Work will be here tomorrow. For now we celebrate.
But, sir, so much to finish.
And it will be here tomorrow. Come, I insist. Oh, yes. Oh, she is the loveliest. Oh. Oh. Hilly ho, Ebenezer. Hilly ho, Dick.
Hilly ho, hilly ho, hilly ho.
Shall we dance?
Yes, of course.
Hello, how? Yes, of course.
Come on, Mr. Fezziwood, give us a song.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Oh, please, dear, we just
All
love
right.
it. Oh, yes.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Everyone, don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Join the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la.
Oh,
Very
yes!
nice, very good, yes.
Come, let's all get some punch.
You look so happy, Ebenezer. I can scarcely believe it's the same man.
Oi, Ebenezer, Bella's here.
She's so lovely, Ebenezer.
A toast to our gracious host, Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig, and to the best party of the year.
Oh, cheers.
And to Ebenezer and Belle. Oh, yeah.
Shall we have another dance?
Oh, I think we shall.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Fezziwig once said to me, Ebenezer, when happiness shows up, always give it a comfortable seat.
True, giving people pleasure is such a small matter. He only spent a few pounds, 3 or 4 at best.
There is nothing in the world that is so hard on us as poverty, Belle. But there is nothing that condemns with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. All your nobler hopes have merged into the once hope of being rich. One master passion engulfs you. Money.
And what of it? Even if I have grown wiser, I haven't changed towards you, have I?
Our promise to marry is an old one. It's made when we were poor and content to be so. You were changed. We promised to each other you were another man.
I was a boy.
How often, how keenly I've thought of this, I will not say. But I have thought of it and can release you from your promise.
No. No.
What are you saying?
You haven't asked me to release you in words, but in your nature, in everything that made me love you. Tell me, if this had never been between us, would you try to seek me out and win me now? Ah, no.
You think...
I know you wouldn't, my love. If you were free today, tomorrow, yesterday, would you seek a poor girl like me to marry? You who weighs everything by gain. No, there would be no profit in that. But if you did forget your principle of profit for a moment and did marry me, you would regret it, my love. And so I release you with a heart full of love for the man you once were. May you be happy in the life you've chosen.
Well, don't just sit there. Go on. Say something. Why doesn't he say something? No more. Show me no more. Take me home. Do you delight in torturing me? Haunt me no longer.
He wrestled with the spirit of Christmas past, and yet he was struggling with a strange, unbroken light. He was exhausted and drowsy, and in his own bed sank into a heavy sleep.
At the stroke of 1, Scrooge woke. He heard a voice call him by name and bade him enter.
Ebenezer, come and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me.
Spirit, conduct me where you will. I went forth last night and learned a lesson which is working now. If you had all to teach me anything, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe. Merry Christmas. God bless you. God bless London. Merry Christmas. God
I
bless
see.
you.
Happiness and
God
Christmas
bless
cheer
you.
everywhere.
Merry Christmas.
Stores
Merry
lighted
Christmas.
up.
God bless
And
you.
holly and mistletoe.
Merry Christmas. Bless you. God bless London.
Is there a special flavor in what you sprinkle from your robe?
There is.
Would it apply to any kind of dinner on this day?
To any kindly given. To a poor one most.
Why to a poor one most?
Because they need it most. That noise. Do you know whose house that is?
Why, yes, that's the home of my clerk, Bob Cratchit. See how happily his children dance about the dinner table as Miss Cratchit lays the feast before them.
And who is that man who enters so merrily with that tiny crippled boy?
Why, Spirit, that's Cratchit and his son Tiny Tim. See how tenderly his son tends to his father? Cratchit, tell me, will Tiny Tim live?
I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none will find him here. What then?
No, Spirit, no. Say he will live to be spared.
If he be like to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Man, if man you be in heart, are you to say what man shall live and what man shall die?
'Tis truth you speak.
To Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast indeed. I wish I had him here. I give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he have the appetite for it.
My dear, it's Christmas Day, the children.
It should be Christmas, I am sure, to which one drinks to the health of an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge.
Dear, come on, it's...
You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you do.
My dear, it is Christmas Day.
I'll drink his health for your sake, in the days, not for his. Long life to him, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Enough.
I have no doubt.
We must go on. Hold my robe.
Yes. All right, guys, I've got an idea. Let's play charades, all right? Guess what I am. Guess what I am. Oh, yes, yes. He said humbug. He said Christmas was a humbug. As I live. Oh, he believed it too.
What now, man? What see you?
I see my nephew laughing with his family. Hear how heartily he laughs. How heartily he laughs and how they join him.
What else?
They joke about me.
Please go on, Fred. I never finished what he's going to say.
I was only going to say that I believe the consequence of him not making merry with us is he loses some pleasant moments. I'm going to give him the same chance every year, whether he likes it or not. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man. Wherever he is, Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
They pray for my happiness and health, knowing I lack both. They joke about me at the dinner table, even though I do not attend.
You observe well. My time upon this globe is very brief. I leave you.
All spirits' lives so short.
Mine ends tonight at midnight. Hark, the time is drawing near. I go, but another comes.
I am in the presence of Christmas yet to come. You are to show me things that have not happened, but will happen in the time before us. Is that so? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen. But I know you bear good intention, and as I am to bear you good company, do so with a thankful heart.
Acceding to Scrooge's wish, the ghost of Christmas yet to come conducted him for the second time to the house of the poor clerk. Tiny Tim was nowhere in sight. As they went, and Bob Cratchit entered wearily.
You should have seen how green of a place it was where he lay. It would have done you good, my dear. But we'll be there soon enough. I promised him we would go back on Sunday. My Tim, my poor tiny Tim.
Don't be sorrowful, Robert. Here's where all little angels go, and we must be happy this Christmas as you would have had it.
Yes, we must be happier than ever, and we shall not forget poor tiny Tim.
I am very happy, my dear, for him and for all of us.
This shall be a Merry Christmas.
Or only the shadows of things that may be. Men's courses may foreshadow certain ends, but if these courses be departed from, the end will change. Say it is thus with what you show me. I beg you, say it. 'Tis my name on this grave. Am I the man whose death they welcomed? Why show me this if I am past all hope? Assure me that I may yet have time to change. Assure me that I may yet have time to change in an alternate life. Assure me that I may yet have time to change and write the sponge the writings on this grave. I beg you, say it. Spare me! Forgive me! I'm alive. I'm not dead. Heaven and Christmas be praised. Oh, Jacob Marley, I am on my knees. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as light as a feather. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hello, young man. What day is it?
It's Christmas, sir.
Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. Oh, young man. Say, do they have the prize turkey at the window at the poulterer's?
What, the one as big as me?
Oh, yes, that's the one.
It's hanging there now.
Will you go and buy it for me?
Are you mad?
No. Go and buy it so I may take it back and give them directions on where to take it. Come back with the man and I'll give you a shilling. Oh, come back with the man in 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown. Oh, Marley, I am a changed man. I shall go to church and give to all who need. And then I shall go to Bob Cratchit's and whisper in his ear that as long as he lives, one shall never darken their door again. And I shall wish Christmas cheer to Tiny Tim.
so dressing himself, just like he has planned, I set out as hard as light as a boy, wishing all he missed by the merriest of Christmases.
He went to church, patted all the children on the head.
Some people laughed to see the alterations in him, but he let them laugh, and little heeded them.
For he was wise enough to know that nothing happened on this globe for good, at which some people did not have their fill of laughter at the outset.
And he could never dream that any such walk gave him so much pleasure.
In the afternoon, he turned his first steps toward his nephew's home.
Can you forgive an old fool and allow me to wish you a Merry Christmas?
Why, Uncle? Of course. Come, let's go join the others.
After being welcomed with happy affection, he made his way to the home of Bob Cratchit and Tiny Tim.
What is the meaning of this?
It's Christmas, sir.
I'll tell you what, my friend. I'm not going to have any of this. And therefore, ha! I'll raise your salary. Can you forgive an old man who doesn't want to be left out in the cold and allow me to?
Yes, sir. Please come in and take a seat, please.
Oh, please sit down, Mrs. Scrooge. Please sit down.
A Merry Christmas to you and yours, Bob Cratchit. And a Merry Christmas to Tiny Tim.